Visitors, at this time, for visitors to address the council with any concerns, the council will not interact with you, but may address your comments at a later time. If you'd like to address the council, please come forward, give your name and address, and limit your comments to no more than 3 minutes.
Good evening, council. My name's Alan Lawson. 403 Carter Street, Fulton, Missouri. What initially brought me down here, I seen on that y'all had. I'm probably one of the first food trucks that was here in Fulton, so I was kind of concerned about what was on the agenda for tonight. Speaking as far as y'all's food vendors and everything, but they kind of explained it to me. It's for more or less for the tent vendors and things of that sort. But since I was here, I also do a annual festival called Peace Festival. I done it in Veterans Park last year. I usually do it in Carver Park. And this year I would like to bring a lot more structure and maybe have the city be a little more involved in what we do with this event. Just kind of needing a little more resources, and not, like I said, I just want everybody to be involved. So we're looking to make it a 2-day event, maybe a parade status, things of that sort. So my organization is Boss League Radio. We also go with Boss League Radio. We also have a non-for-profit called Boss League Radio Against Violent Crimes, and that's what we're using to push this festival. So we really want the city to be involved in it, full-fledged this year, and whatever we can do to work with each other to make this festival more welcoming to the public, I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We will now move on to the consent agenda, which includes City Council meeting minutes, January 13th, 2026, Callaway County Humane Society Easter egg hunt for dogs, March 29th, 2026, and Kingdom Pilots Association annual breakfast and fly-in, September 26th, 2026. Do I have a motion?
In order to discuss.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
To clarify, we actually don't need a motion to remove that, so if you would like to remove it, it's removed. We just need a motion to approve anything else.
Okay, so we will only be voting on A and B. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Do we have any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The consent agenda has been passed. Okay. We'll now have a presentation and acceptance of the deal. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go ahead and discuss item C.
So I'm sorry. In the briefing document, it says that it's open to public and it's a free event, but I know the other says there's a breakfast. So I believe I don't know that they charge for it. It's more of a free will offering. So I didn't know if we need to clarify that.
They take donations, I believe, is what I've seen in the past.
Right. So is that a conflict the way it's worded, or? I'm okay with it. I mean,
it's free to attend to watch the planes come in and
Right.
out, and I guess if you want to buy breakfast, you could, or
Okay.
make a donation for their breakfast.
yeah. Right.
So
Well,
it is a free event.
They have things for the kids, all kinds of, yeah. I've been attending it several times, so it's a great event. I just wanted to make sure we didn't have a technicality we need to straighten out. Okay, with that, that's all I had. I move for approval of item C.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, nay. Okay. Now we'll have the presentation and acceptance of the DOE report.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor. So December was obviously quite a busy month. We had a lot of festive events going on that the city was either a community partner in or that we led. I do want to give a shout out, of course, to Parks and Recreation. A lot of work went into the Festival of Lights, and that was, again, a big success. So thank you to Charlene and her team for all that they put into that. We also had a lot of work from our finance department going into finalizing our 2026 budget. And then, again, a lot of work went into clarifying some goals for 2026. So with that, you guys have a copy of the report. Everyone is here, and we are happy to answer any questions you might have.
Mr. Deputy Mayor, I'd like to point out a couple of things. On page 12, we met, or the police chief attended the police academy graduation with other staff, and we also, officers Joe West and Caroline West, no relation, graduated from the police academy and began field training. I wanted to point out what a great project that is. And then on page 13, where we have the fire department, let me find it now. Well, both places mentioned the Shop with a Hero, which was a great event as well, which we talked about last meeting. But we also had the Fireflex High School students pass the state practical skills testing. I was wondering how many of the students that was. Had to have an excuse to get you up here.
Good evening. So we have 4 students this year.
Okay.
And I am happy to say that one of our students from last year, we just made an offer to him to become a firefighter for us. So
Great.
Program's going really well, and all the support has been great. So
Do you know if any of the other students that have gone through this process or this program have gone to other fire departments or anything?
the others have not,
Okay.
but I know the 4 current students are talking about they want to come work for us after they graduate and get all their certifications. So
Good.
that's one benefit to this program, is building within our community,
Absolutely.
keep them home.
Great. It's a success, no matter if they hire on or not, it's still a success because it
Sure.
teaches them a lot of things that will help in other facets of life, I'm sure. So thank you so much.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the DOA report?
Well,
Second.
We have motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion is passed. Okay, we'll now have the presentation and acceptance of the December financial statement.
The City of Fulton recorded 11 months of sales tax in 2025. Collections are up 1.67% from fiscal year 2024. Use tax is up 9.92% from fiscal year 2024. There were 2 payroll cycles in December. Payroll for 8 days worked in December was accrued back to fiscal year 2025 in accordance with standard accounting practices. As a result, personnel expenses are proportionally higher to accurately reflect the cost of operations for the year. As with any December close, our department continues to navigate routine year-end processes. Does anybody have any questions about this? Okay.
All right,
you.
thank you very much.
Make a motion to accept the financial statement for December 2025.
Second,
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay. We do not have any unfinished business tonight. We do not have any new business tonight. So we'll move to council concerns, and we'll start with
Councilman Washington,
Councilman-
who's not
He
here.
was not here, so it'd be
Councilwoman Nelson.
Councilwoman Nelson.
Thank you. There has been a public utility board meeting. I was not able to attend due to weather. Daryl, do we have any updates that we need to give? Oh, come on now.
We did have a good meeting. We talked about the storm we just came through. I think your crews navigated that storm very well. The electric, we started getting notices from MISO Thursday for a cold weather event and for Nancy. MISO extends all the way from Canada all the way to New Orleans. It's the midsection of the United States. So, and then Friday, we got the second warning, which was basically don't take anything out of service, no transmission outages, no generator outages. And then Saturday morning, MISO dispatched the Fulton plant. They called, and your plant ran till 10 o'clock that morning. The MISO did have a glitch. We couldn't see the prices for that time period. It froze. But since they dispatched us, they should cover all of our cost. So that was the thing that happened with the electric. We had some minor outages, a few transformers overloaded and things like that, and some connectors, but basically no circuits opened up or anything like that. So it came out through it pretty good. We had one water leak that affected several people. It was a private line, and there was a gas line close. Your crews stayed with the private person contractor fixing it because of the cold weather and stuff, and shout out to them for staying. They didn't call Courtney, they didn't call me to see if they could. They just thought that was the right thing to do and did it. So that part worked really great. We started talking to IMGA, our gas agency, Thursday, and Courtney and I had a nice long discussion with Heather. We did buy some gas because we are 70% hedged, but we didn't have that $225 stuff we had a few years ago. It sold in about 34-ish, and Panhandle didn't cut our carryover. We had a carryover from last month that we was able to use, but we did feel we need to buy some other gas because that carryover would be cut first. So it's almost like non-firm. We had gas owed to us on the pipe, and the pipe at some point in time is going to make sure people's putting on enough gas to keep the pipe on. So we did use the carryover. Prices yesterday were in the mid-40s. We was able to take our hourly from 300 to 500 part of Saturday and all of Sunday to help us. Without the plant, use about 235 decatherms an hour, and the plant burns about the same amount. So everything I think came through good. We did have a little bit of a pressure drop on the gas system, but nothing to be worried about. So we started trying to push some snow. The wind was so dry. Courtney and I had a couple conversations, and when the snow plows came by, the next car that drove by, the snow was just blowing everywhere. So we did pull off Saturday for a period of time until we got some more accumulation. Yesterday morning we did spread salt, and because we had the nice bright sun, which helped yesterday, and then we put some more cinders and salt out this morning, and most of the streets are looking pretty good now. So appreciate the crews. Corey Bush did come in a couple of times during the night from the street department to look at roads himself to see if he needed to call some people in. So that's kind of an update, and that's basically what we talked about at the U-Board meeting yesterday. Jordan, got anything to add?
Covered it.
Any questions? Sorry.
Thank you, Ms. Belmont.
Thank you so much, Daryl. As always, I am incredibly proud of the utility board and all of our crews, and I think it just kind of speaks to the quality of individuals that we have, for their willingness to stay, with somebody that has a leak when it's not even on us, but just because they're kind people. So I am really proud of our team and everybody that represents it. So I do appreciate that. And I was also really impressed that our trash was able to run yesterday, even with the snow. So shout out to them as well. And I have no concerns.
Thank you, Councilperson Nelson. Appears I'm next on the concerns. I would like to call out Chief Singh, Chief Ladwig, and Mr. Dunlap, and thank you guys and your staff for the ones that went out in the weather to make our lives easier. It was very much appreciated. And then I would like to thank all of the staff of the city who kept the city running and going during this bad weather. It could have been a catastrophe, but it wasn't. So thank you very much. And I have no more concerns. Well, I don't like to shout though. All right, the next one will be Councilman West.
Okay, now that everybody's stolen my thunder, I wanted to thank all our city crews as well, our street department for getting our streets cleared off. I mean, I never did hear, I saw one thing that said 15 inches. I said, there's no way we got that much snow, but you know, we got quite a bit, and I appreciate everybody's efforts to take care of that, as well as our utilities. I was gonna ask Mr. Dunlap to come up and get us a brief, so he already took care of that, so thank you very much. The Human Rights Commission has not met, and I'm not sure when the next meeting is, but I'm sure it's soon. So I'll attend that, and I'll be able to report out on that most likely next month, if not the next meeting. And I have no concerns at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman West. Councilman Recluse?
Yes, good evening, everyone. Same thing, stole my thunder too. But yes, I'm so proud of them. I'm proud of the whole city, all of you. I'm so proud of you. This afternoon was interesting. One of our trucks came and I'm out at Southwest. He was scraping it, whatever. Well, my daughter couldn't get her car started, so it's been on the street. So he goes around, he's out there quite a while. The streets look awesome, absolutely. And he came back and asked if he could help her. And she had got it started. So she moved it out of the way and he took the time to scrape the mess away. So I just want to say thank you very much. And all of you, same thing, I appreciate you all. And I have no other concerns, thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Recluse. Councilwoman Hanson.
Yes, thank you. I also am thankful for cleaner streets and that we made it through a snowstorm, and I have no concern. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hanson. Councilman Luther.
Yes, again, we'd like to reiterate appreciation to the city team for all the hard work over this winter weather. I am curious, Daryl, with our generation and compared to our demand on utilities, if there wouldn't be a business case more in the future for our own generation here on site, diesel generators upgraded, meeting all the EPA requirements, things like that, especially at the price of megawatts these days. So, and just for reliability of the overall city too, in case a critical issue does happen with the grid. But do appreciate our crew out there keeping all the lights on for us, the streets cleaned. Maybe one thing I did notice is with the snow, I know we have the ordinance out there for sidewalks. I did witness, as I was cleaning sidewalks, people walking out in the street because there were no clean sidewalks. Maybe some communication we can send out again to our citizens, kind of reiterating the importance of our sidewalks. If able to do so, keep people off the streets, keep them safe as well. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Luther. Councilman Combs?
Yes, Deputy Mayor. Yeah, again, I was going to echo just the thankfulness of the roads being cleared and everybody that was out working in the mess, because it was a mess for a lot of people. And then again, echo kind of what Brad mentioned about the sidewalks. I know kids are going back to school tomorrow. Plenty of them are going to have to be walking out in it, seeing people walking the road. So just it's that time of year. And then, yes, today and tomorrow are both, I guess, supposed to be better days. The snow should be easy to push. But if we can get people on board to taking care of that, just to help our neighbors out, so that the people that maybe can't drive or need to walk can actually do so without getting soaked or getting hit or anything like that. My next one, the Planning and Zoning Commission did meet tonight. We'll have a couple new properties come before us. I shouldn't say new properties, rezoning properties come before us to discuss at the next meeting, I believe. But kind of because I've had so many zoning conversations this week around different pieces, just kind of want to reiterate, I think at some point we should have either us or the Zoning Commission really take a look at the overall zoning plan and try to iron some of the future plans and thoughts out through that, because the more you dig into it, the more you find spots where it's like, I know these people don't want apartment complexes going in their backyard, and I don't think they ever will, but it'd be worth digging in and getting some of that corrected, which I know has its own troubles to walk through. So those are kind of my things for tonight.
So kind of like revisit the master plan, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Councilman Combs. And we'll move on to resolutions. Councilwoman Hanson, please present Resolution 3602.
Sure. Resolution 3602, Local Records Disposition, a resolution authorizing the destruction of city records that have met retention requirements in accordance with RSMO Chapter 109 and applicable state retention schedules. I'd like to make a motion that we pass Resolution 3602 as written.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. We have a couple of ordinance tonight on the agenda. Councilman Reclus, please present bill number 1773 for second reading.
Yes, just want second reading tonight, is that correct?
If we have a lot of discussion, we'll extend it to a third reading if we need to do any resolutions. If we don't, then we'll just do the third reading tonight.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Bill number 1773, Code Amend, Offense Concerning Minors. An ordinance amending Chapter 78 of the Code of the Ordinance of the City of Fulton, Missouri by Article 12, Offenses Concerning Minors, to promote public safety, prevent juveniles crimes, wait a minute, excuse me, okay. To promote public safety, prevent juvenile crime, I'm having a time, and provide, exactly, for enforce and the penalties enable inability to effective date. Goodness, I make a motion that bill number 1773 be passed at this council meeting. Okay,
We can make that motion to be placed for third reading.
yes, it should work. Yes, like bill number 1773 for the third reading at this meeting. Thank you.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
Councilman Luther, I know you had wanted some clarification, so Chief Ladwig, would you mind coming up, please?
Bill Ladwig, Police Chief. Mr. Luther, do you have some questions?
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming up. Some of the questions, I guess, from especially the citizen point of view, is this something that your team does believe will be a success for your department? Is this something you're wanting to help with some of the juvenile issues and situations we're seeing out in the streets?
Fortunately, we don't have a huge issue with a lot of serious crime by juveniles, but when we do, such as assaults, theft from cars, theft of firearms from unlocked vehicles, stolen cars, it seems that we're running into the same handful of youthful offenders who don't have a lot of oversight. Our curfew ordinance has been on the books forever. We do our very best at my direction to my officers to not be bringing juveniles into the police department for a variety of reasons. One, I don't want to traumatize them. I don't want to stigmatize them. But when we do, there's a lot of federal statutes and state statutes that we have to follow that make it very cumbersome, such as if we bring a person in for a status offense such as curfew or a runaway, we are required to put them in an unlocked room, point towards the exit, and say, you're free to go, basically. That's one reason why we would rather handle something at the scene, and usually we would probably never deal with that juvenile again. But in more serious instances, more serious crimes like the assaults, the car thefts, we've had issues with calling the parents who refuse to come pick their juvenile up from the police station. That's worst case scenario, but that does happen. So, like looking at the city of Troy, it's been a kind of a hot topic there, but they have noticed a reduction in incidents of juvenile crime. Over a year and a half, they wrote 18 summons, but gave out a lot of warnings and education to parents that if your kid's going to be out at 2 o'clock in the morning committing crime, you could be cited as well. It's just a tool for a deterrent. I would hope we don't have 18 in a year and a half. I hope we don't even have a handful in a year and a half. But in some cases, I think it is warranted for the parents to have a little responsibility and be aware that they are responsible. In state statute, a parent in Missouri is responsible up to the first $2,000 of damage they do to somebody else's property. We don't talk about that a lot because fortunately it doesn't happen a lot, but it does. We would use an awful lot of discretion with this. If your kid, say, driving home from a date at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, 16, 17 years old, absolutely not. Or, because if we stop them for a traffic violation, even though they're a juvenile, that's an adult charge. We're not going to call the parents in and write them a ticket for them being out. You got to use common sense. And we would use a whole lot of common sense to just use this in cases where we're trying to deter serious crime. And that's what this would be used for. I know the juvenile office, talked to one of the juvenile officers, and they said that's a good idea because they deal with the same thing of kind of apathy from a lot of parents. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to parent their kid. If we're to that point where they're out at 2 a.m. for the third time stealing from a car, committing an assault, there's no telling them how to parent. That's not what I'm here. That's not what this is for. This is just to act as a deterrent.
So would you say this is to stop something before it becomes a bad habit then? Stop it early?
Well, that, and to maybe make the parents more aware of who their juvenile might be running around with. And hey, maybe that's not a good kid to hang out with. We're not out looking, to arrest parents and kids at every opportunity. That's not the point of this. It's just a deterrence to say, oh, maybe you shouldn't be out at 2 a.m. because we don't know where you are because you're not, behaving yourself.
Chief, could you walk us through kind of what that would look like? Let's say you run a plate on a car, it comes back as stolen, and the kid is a minor. You pull them over, you arrest them, then what happens with the parent? Do they get charged with the same thing? Is it a different type of ticket?
No,
How does that look?
It would be a municipal ordinance violation for allowing your child to be out after curfew, and a $100 fine, I think, on the first offense, $200 on the second offense. Third offense could be upwards of $500. But no, they're not being charged with a felony. It's just a municipal ordinance infraction.
If I may.
Yeah, but
Are you finished with Mr. Luther? Okay. So my envision is you wouldn't be just looking to find kids for violating this curfew. They're going to have another reason that you're dealing with them. It would be my
like a
thought.
stolen car and or assault or possessing a stolen firearm. Yeah, it's the serious things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a couple of high school kids that are 2 a.m., they're throwing toilet paper in somebody's yard. That's something that probably we're not going to have a victim in that case.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those youthful things. And
There might be a victim, but we won't go there.
yeah, you know, usually the parents won't like to get that phone call, and you know, whatever they do at home, that's fine.
Right.
With their kid.
Okay. But I mean, this is going to be something you're going to use in addition to some other infraction. You're not going to just say, oh, there's a
only if there was
16-year-old
only if
kid
there was
out
a
there.
serious crime involved.
Okay.
Yeah, we try to prevent things from happening. We may hear something, school may call and say, hey, we think they're going to meet in the park at midnight and fight.
Yeah.
Or we get word of something else that's going to go on.
Yeah.
Or retaliation for this or that. The first thing I do is I call people out in the community. I'll talk to them. Mr. Lawson, I believe I've talked to you about that in the past. Hey, if you can help us, if you know who's involved in this, and if I have a name, I try to prevent those things that way. Organically, get the word out, maybe have a center of influence, talk to this group of kids or that group of kids, and prevent it from happening. Just like we did with the unfortunate folks that were shot in Columbia. It involved people from Fulton. We got word that there was going to be retaliation. I made a couple of phone calls to folks and say, we can't have this. That's going to be the first thing we try to do, is to fix it at that organic street level before it turns into anything to where we have to take any action against anybody.
Great.
Prevention's the best key to anything.
Absolutely.
And thankfully, I've been here long enough that I've got a lot of good relationships that we can, you know, reach out, talk to a few folks, and have a few well-placed words, not from a police officer, but from an adult that cares, to stop those things.
Good.
This is just for serious incidents. Your kid's caught out after curfew, no, parents aren't going to get a ticket for that.
Yeah.
Your kid's out after curfew with a stolen car, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you don't get a verbal warning for those.
A little more serious implications.
It's
there
a
too.
far more serious.
Or assault or
Correct.
thievery or whatever. Yeah.
Or they are in the recplex destroying windows or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty serious. That's felony level of property damage.
Right.
So.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Ledway.
Okay.
Can I ask one more thing?
Yes, sir.
First, I really appreciate you sharing about Troy, and their experiences, and also like a lot of what you've reiterated is very much speaks to why I respect the way you handle the department and your take on working with juveniles and people in general. Would there be space in this, because it sounds like there's a lot of discretion, to one, run it as a trial program for like a year? I don't know if we can actually do something like that, but two, as long as we're under your leadership, I think we would have discretion. We don't have control over what happens once you say I'm retiring and moving on.
Well, the person that I hope steps into this position
Correct.
would we have the same philosophy.
Sure.
And I don't think that would be an issue.
Okay. And I completely believe you and respect you in that. And that would be my one concern, is like, as putting something like this on the books, there's lots of things that are on the books that could be enforced that aren't, to a point of being abused. But if we say, hey, let's set this for 2 years, kind of reevaluate in 2 years, you say this has been a massive success, and we all say, okay, great, we'll keep it going with this. Just eliminating some of that, the challenges.
Heavy-handed enforcement of something like this is not going to work, and it's not going to be very popular.
And
because I want to make
believe
sure
you.
that we police this community the way they would like to be policed, and be able to handle situations when we need to. This is just one of those tools that I hope we don't have to use it very much, if at all.
Yeah.
But it's there.
Sure. And yeah, and I think that is my concern, is how much discretion is left up, and I trust you in that discretion. But trying to be forward thinking, because I just try to be, but what if?
If you're going to retire sometime.
What?
I mean, it could be
Let's
20
stop.
years.
I don't know what we're doing.
20 years, but.
You're right, Mr. Combs, but I mean, that goes with anything.
But the other thing
Sure.
is if I come in and one of these tickets has been written and it's not to a level that I think is appropriate, I do have also the discretion to void
Sure.
that ticket out
Yeah.
before it even gets to the city prosecutor. So there would be a lot of oversight with this.
Yeah, and I believe that 100%.
Yeah.
I think we've exhausted this. Thank you so much, Chief.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all in favor of bill number 1773 going to the next reading?
Oh, go ahead.
We had a motion in a second.
Well, can we restate the motion that's on the floor?
To place this bill for third reading next council meeting.
Based on Councilman Combs' discussion, I would appreciate one more opportunity to relook at the wording, make sure there's any minor changes we want to take. So I would suggest we move this to third reading at the next council meeting.
So noted. So all in favor of this bill being presented at the next council meeting, please signify by saying.
If I may, Mr. Hinchey, Ms. Reclue, are you okay with amending that motion?
Yes, I am.
And Ms. Hanson, are you all right with the second?
Yes.
Okay.
So we need to vote on that
You'll have to
motion?
call a vote on that to make sure everything's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so a vote on
Amending.
amending the motion. All in favor of amending the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. And then now for the motion, all in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And all opposed, nay. Okay, the bill will move to the next meeting. All right. Councilman Combs, would you present bill number 1775, please?
Yes, Deputy Mayor. Bill number 1775, Code Amend Commercial Food Service Activities and Establishments. An ordinance repealing and reenacting Article 1 of Chapter 58 of the Code of City of Fulton, Missouri, updating regulations governing food establishments and sanitation, amending Chapter 120 by enacting new regulations regarding commercial food service activities, and establishing an effective date. I make a motion to put bill number 1775 for third reading at tonight's meeting.
Second. I just want to clarify, since we did have somebody up here at the beginning of the council meeting, this does not pertain to food trucks?
Food trucks are still allowed.
Perfect.
Cottage law is still allowed. This is for commercial food service activities specifically.
Perfect. And this is like somebody were to set up a tent at their home and sell food out of it. Is that a good example?
That's a great example.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
so
it
much.
also, that which affects our zoning code. So that's why
Perfect.
that's altered too.
I just want to make sure and clarify for anybody watching to make sure that we're not touching on those other things, because I think there was a little bit of gray.
Food
that
trucks are
people
still
weren't.
not allowed on city property, but as long as it's private property, parked in commercial areas, they're still allowed. But yes, it does not affect food trucks. It doesn't affect a backyard barbecue if you're having your friends over. We're not touching any of that, and then definitely service organizations.
So if Councilman Luther wanted to go down to the park and barbecue up some pork steaks and give them away.
As long as he calls us, yes. We're good.
Could I take donations?
It'd have to be Iowa chops.
That's a great question. He asked, could he take donations? He absolutely can if it's donated to a charity. If you're using that for your commercial service activity or food activity, no, you cannot. So.
Thank you so much for that clarification.
Okay, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, nay. Okay, Councilwoman Reclue, would you please read for the third reading? Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Combs. Yes, Mr. Combs, would you? My finger was in the wrong spot.
Yes, Deputy Mayor. Bill number 1775, Code Amend Commercial Food Service Activities and Establishments, an ordinance repealing and reenacting Article 1 of Chapter 58 of the Code of the City of Fulton, Missouri, updating regulations governing food establishments and sanitation, amending Chapter 120 by enacting new regulations regarding commercial food service activities and establishing an effective date. I make a motion to place Bill number 1775 for final passage at this meeting.
Second.
Any discussion? Or its motion has been made, seconded. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Madam Clerk, would you please give a roll call on that?
Yes, sir. Ms. Hanson?
Yes.
Mr. Hinchey?
Yes.
Mr. Luther?
Yes.
Ms. Nelson?
Yes.
Ms. Reclue?
Yes,
Mr. Washington? Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Combs?
Yes.
7 council members affirmative.
All right, the motion passed. Our next city council meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, February 10th at 6:30 p.m. We do not have a need to go into executive session under Missouri.
We do.
I'm sorry, we do.
Before we get to that, though, Deputy Mayor, if you don't mind, I just want to remind everybody, whether you're listening tonight or present with us, to please contact City Hall during normal business hours if you need to report an outage or any kind of concern. You can certainly reach out to the power plant after hours, holidays, and weekends. We also have a mechanism through our city website as well to make sure that we get those properly addressed. And of course, if there's any sort of emergency, please call 911. But again, I just want to remind everyone, we're not searching Facebook to see if there are issues, so we want to make sure that those concerns get addressed through the appropriate channels so we can respond in an efficient manner. Thank you.
Okay, and now we do have a need to go into executive session under Missouri Statute 610-021 for item 1 and item 9 related to legal matters and labor negotiations. I'll entertain a motion to move to the executive session. Madam Clerk, would you call roll, please?
Sir, Mr. Hinchey?
Yes.
Mr. Luther? Yes. Ms. Nelson? Yes. Ms. Reclue? Yes. Mr. Washington? Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Combs? Yes. Ms. Hanson? Yes.